You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. I've got your 2-week spoilers for February 10th through the 21st. Ridge and Eric are scowling about the Forrester Creations thieves, and Poppy is absolutely terrified. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. Please click subscribe if you're not following us. Let's get started. On Monday, February 10th, Finn needs to tell Steffy that he is Luna's father, but he just can't seem to get out the words. I mean, it's got to be terrifying, especially after the bad experience he had with Steffy and Sheila, somebody else related to him who is a threat to her. So he's going to try and work up the courage, but he's not going to get the words out. Meanwhile, Brooke is pushing back on Ridge, basically making a mild threat that she's still willing to fight for them, but it makes it sound like, but maybe for not much longer. And after Brooke exits, after kind of throwing down the gauntlet to some extent, Ridge has a very special and intense moment with Taylor. He is definitely sticking with Taylor no matter what Brooke says. He just can't look past this betrayal. Also this week, Carter tells Hope that he is struggling with what they did with the coup, with betraying people he cared about. And it looks like Brooke is getting through to him, but Hope is going to be an obstacle that I don't think Brooke expected. Carter suggests an apology, and Hope is upset and mildly outraged that he thinks she should or would say sorry to Ridge and Steffy. On Tuesday, February 11th, Steffy's talking to her parents about all the ordeals she and Finn have been through. Steffy says they've been put through more than a couple should have to endure. I agree. After Luna and Sheila both, Steffy doesn't think she'll ever stop having this feeling. I just on edge, scared, stuff like that. And Ridge, Taylor, and Steffy also talk about her nearly dying at Luna's hands and her time in that cage. And Steffy and her parents agree they are very pleased that Luna's facing life in prison. They're just building all this up. Everybody's name dropping Luna in advance of the big reveal. Also this week, Finn is shocked when Lee says she knows about him and her sister Poppy, but it's not the whole Finn Poppy sex thing. It's something else, and he just misinterprets what his mom says. But will Finn come clean and tell Lee the truth? I think she'd give him some good advice because she always is right there advocating to protect his marriage. Wednesday, February 12th, Poppy is again begging Finn to keep their one night together a secret. Don't tell anybody. They made a baby. Poppy doesn't want him to tell Steffy or anybody else, but her claims are falling on deaf ears to some extent because Finn knows she's protecting herself. That's who she cares about, and he doesn't think she ever cared about Luna or him to lie to them both this way for so long. Meanwhile, Poppy heads over to see Bill Spencer this week, possibly to ask for his help locating Luna, since the prison warden won't tell her anything. Poppy's asked, Finn is asked. All they know is that Luna is still in the California prison system somewhere, but they've not told them exactly where. And, obviously Bill's not going to get her any answers that she wants. Meanwhile, Luna asks Bill to get a message to Poppy, and if Luna's doing like she does when anybody else stops by, she's going to be eavesdropping on her mom talking to Bill. Thursday, February 13th, we have Brooke coming into the CEO office and seeing Daphne whispering in Carter's ear. She's up close and personal, closer to him than she should be. And then later, Brooke is listening in on Steffy talking to Daphne. She doesn't hear their whole conversation, but she might hear enough to realize that Steffy might be up to something. But the question is, would Brooke warn Carter or Hope? I don't think she would. I don't think she would at this point. And Daphne has become so blatant and obvious in the moves she's making that Carter begins to realize she has more on her mind than just fragrance. And in other scenes this week, Eric and Ridge have a heartfelt conversation about Forrester Creations and Brooke and the villains that have stolen their family business. Friday, February 14th, Ivy Forrester's jewelry line launches on Valentine's Day, and she and Electra are thrilled. That same day, there is drama in the boardroom at Forrester Creations, and their first Valentine's Day is very special to Will and Electra and their growing love story. The week of February 17th through the 21st, we're going to have Dick Christie back as Charlie in these 2 weeks, so maybe he's on hand to make sure all the pricey jewels in Ivy's designs stay safe. It's a shame the other Forresters aren't really going to be around for this launch since everybody was excited she's back. Will and Electra are falling hard and fast with no idea that they are going to have some serious obstacles that are going to challenge them soon. For one, Remy Price is back soon. I expect him back in February sweeps. He is far from done making trouble, far from done with his obsession with Electra. And as there's PR materials out for this jewelry line launch that are going to have photos of not just Ivy, but also Electra, it's the perfect timing for his return. Meanwhile, Luna has her heart set on Will, and nothing good can come of that. She seems to be saying all the right things to Bill, but then she's acting sketchy when she's alone. So I don't know if this redemption is the real deal or not. I hope it's not. I like her better evil. But it's not going to be too long until Luna finds out that she was right. Tom Starr wasn't her dad. It is Finn. That's coming out very soon. Brooke keeps up the pressure on Carter, but how long until she realizes the person she really needs to work on is Hope? Because she does not seem to have a conscience at all about what they did, while Carter does. Unless Daphne breaks up Hope and Carter, we're going to see Hope continuing to push Carter to do what she wants, which is to keep Forrester Creations out of the hands of its rightful owners. Valentine's Day and its aftermath may be momentous for Taylor and Ridge as their bond deepens, and so does his commitment to staying apart from Brooke and not caving in to her ultimatums, her demands, her statements that they belong together. Ridge isn't having it. He is drawing a line in the sand. Meanwhile, Brooke is determined to break them up before Taylor gets a commitment from Ridge. And Finn finally finds the words to tell Steffy he's got a diabolical daughter, but of course it's not going to go over well. And Lee is also going to unleash her wrath on predatory Poppy for seducing her nephew.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.